Vaccine mandates for people in public places are starting to catch on in one major city after the next. The city of Los Angeles is on a fast track, with the city council getting ready to look at a draft ordinance soon. That would apply to restaurants, bars, fitness centers, spas, retail stores, and entertainment centers like stadiums, concert venues, and movie theaters. LA County is one step closer to a mandate now. Last week, the Board of Supervisors agreed to explore what a vaccine mandate could look like. So their staff will be back in about 2 weeks with options for the board to consider. And LA actually isn't the first in California. The city of Palm Springs adopted a mandate quickly, requiring proof of vaccine or a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours in order to dine in at restaurants or go into bars. And neighboring Cathedral City approved the same vaccine requirement. California cities aren't alone. New York City enacted the nation's first mandate for proof of vaccination. Back here in California, the mandates are coming in the northern part of the state too. The city and county of San Francisco has issued a similar order. It requires businesses such as bars, restaurants, clubs, theaters, entertainment venues, and indoor gyms to obtain proof of vaccination from their customers and from their employees beginning August 20th. The city of Sacramento and the city of West Hollywood are lining up to be next. All this comes just 2 weeks after the return of mask mandates in some places and strong recommendations of mask wearing in other places. So what the local governments are doing is a lot. Right now, the state does not have a vaccine mandate in place, but state officials are considering it. The CRA is actively engaged with the state and with local agencies who are moving quickly in the face of a sharp increase in COVID positivity rates and hospitalizations due to the highly transmissible Delta variant. This issue is an extremely tough one, no doubt. Many of you indicated that to us in our recent member survey. We know you have strong, passionate, thoughtful feelings both for and against vaccine mandates. Wherever you land on the issue, none of us likes being confronted with this reality. But it's clear that even 17 months into this pandemic, we are still faced with very difficult choices. Our conversations with both state and local health officials and health departments have revealed a startling fact. Without some sort of vaccine or COVID testing requirement, there is consideration for going back to any of the following restrictions: indoor capacity restrictions, restaurant curfews, limits on the hours or times when you can sell alcohol, or even a closure of indoor dining. And the list of jurisdictions considering those restrictions is growing rapidly. The CRA has specific concerns that need to be addressed in any policy that would mandate vaccine or testing requirements for your guests. Outdoor dining and drive-thrus need to be exempted. Customers coming inside a restaurant to pick up an order, but not dine in, must be exempt. What about food courts in malls and airports that don't have direct entrances and exits? How will medical and religious exemptions be accommodated and proven? What about children who are not eligible for the vaccine? Will they be denied entry? Authentication. Those CDC cards can be easily lost, destroyed, or duplicated, and news reports continue to document the inability for many Californians to get their digital vaccine cards from the state system. Private events are, well, just that, private. The conditions for those events should be between the provider and the contract holder. Requiring businesses to do vaccine checks of the public is a massive shift of public health responsibilities from local health departments onto restaurant operators. This would take additional labor and require specialized training of staff to manage volatile conflicts. State and local governments should either not make restaurants responsible for this kind of enforcement, or they should provide relief funds to offset the added specialized labor that is being forced. Some of you have asked whether vaccine mandates are legal. Here's what we know. Late last week, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected a request to intervene in a case that centered on vaccination mandates. This signals a likely reluctance on the court's part to get involved in future vaccine mandates. One final note about our survey. We sent it to our members twice, so that those of you who may have missed it the first time will have a chance to weigh in, because we really want your feedback. If you have not completed that survey, please do. By now, our members know, for the CRA, vaccines and even vaccine mandates are not a political issue. Our goal is simple: to help our members keep their restaurants and communities open. Any return to the harsh restrictions we all lived with for far too long is unacceptable to us. Going backward is not an option. We will continue fighting to keep restaurants safely open. I'm Sabrina. That's the news you need to know.